Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name's Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be looking at kind of Bitcoin price, obviously, and looking at a story about if the miners kind of capitulate and what that means for the Bitcoin price as well. Could we crash, or could we be kind of going up from here? Nobody really knows, to be honest, but that's what we're going to be looking at. We'll look at a few other charts as well, and a couple of news headlines as well with you as well. So I'm just not prepared. Just now I was trying to get this up and running because there was something wrong with the background image, but we've got it now. Okay, and I want to share with you, I've just finished a report that I was talking about for sharing. I've just done that, so I'll put a link down below for that as well. Put it in the groups. I tweeted it out as well, and I'm going to be doing a video on sharing as well. I kind of got really excited when I was kind of reading more and more about sharing, and I was almost FOMOing in on sharing as well. So I'll share that with you as well, but first we'll see if we're live. I'll see if we've got anybody in or not. Right, we have. So I'll just dive over to the chat area and see if anybody's in. Okay, we have Mervyn Skidmore is in the house. Welcome to you. Chris Camus is in. Mac Pollen is in the house as well. Marcus Jafari and David D has joined us as well. Michael Harris is here as well. Good to see you. You should get the founder TTO to talk to you in the video. That would be good. Yeah, that would be good to see that. G-Slick is in the house as well. Gordy Boy is in as well. Okay, just jump over to the markets. Kig has joined us. Good to see you back, Kig. Right. What's happening in the marketplace just now? Market capitalization overall is down to about 220 billion just now. Bitcoin dominance going up slightly to 66.2%. And Bitcoin price nearly falling under kind of $8,000 aggregated price just now. Not quite there, but looks as if it's going to do that. We'll take a look at the chart later on. Excuse me. And who's the winners and losers? We have EDC blockchain is up 29%, jumping into the top 100. Digitex futures coming back into the top 100, a good 13% jump. Currently testing out their exchange, the beta exchange just now. Digibyte is up 12% as well. G-Slick will be happy about that, and a couple of others. So there's about 3 in double-digit greens, but on the whole, we've got about 90% in the red just now. Educare down 11%, Komodo, Bitcoin down 3 double-digit reds as well. Look at all of the cryptocurrencies listed, and we have 4,844 listed just now in CoinMarketCap. And we have EXMR at the moment has gone up 3,826% over the last 7 days and 428% over the last 24 hours. Don't know how legit that is. Inmax is up 49%, 74% over the last 24 hours on 150,000 volume. And other big volume ones, Mindle, 4.7 million, up 46% to 349 million market cap. I don't know why that's not being allowed in. I know there's special circumstances, but it's not allowed. It doesn't count to be in the top 100, and I don't know why. That's really about it. There's nothing really much happening in the markets just now. I just think they're waiting on to see where Bitcoin is going to go, and that's kind of reflected in the hourly stats as well. ERC20 up 11%, Maximind Coin up 4.2%. This is over the last hour, but predominantly, if we take a step back, we can see it's mostly in the red just now. Not hugely in the red, but it's mostly in the red just now. So it's not looking good at the moment, unfortunately. We'll just see if that changes with Satoshi value. Kind of changes a wee bit, more turning towards green. But USD value, obviously, because the Bitcoin price is coming down, that's going to affect every single alt USD value as well. And that's what's happening here. Fear and greed index is coming down again to 30. It was at 32 yesterday, so it's getting lower and lower and lower, the fear and greed index. So it's coming towards the fear side of things. Not quite extreme fear, but we're getting there. Extreme fear is around about the 24 level, but we're getting there to that level just now. And we'll go to the TIE.io as well. This just kind of looks at sentiment. And sentiment is down really across the board. 38.07 for Bitcoin, 37.27 for Ethereum. XRP down to 10.49 sentiment. I don't think I've seen one as low as that. 39.22 for Binance Coin. Tether is up, don't need to bother about that. Stellar is up to 56. And Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash, don't need to bother about them. And we'll look at coins. And see who's high on sentiment. Just now, I said classic. Relative trading volume is not that high, so we'll just ignore that. So what we're doing when I'm looking on the TIE.io, I'm looking at relative trading volume. This compares it over the last 30 days average trading volume, see what it's up on that. So it's up 12%, we're looking over 100% usually. So Ergo is up 214% on relative trading volume and 82.19 for sentiment score, but it's currently down 8.35% with only a market cap of 5 million. So I like the look of that as well. We've looked at that in the past as well. INS, same kind of situation as well. 5 million, and really like the look of that. So I'm looking at, I'm looking at hidden gems, and I'm going to share one with you that I spoke about before over the last couple of days. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. I like INS, I like Ergo as well. Engine Coin was doing well yesterday. It's come back down a wee bit. 813 Satoshi at the moment. What else is doing well on volume? CTXC down 25. Utrust, I like Utrust as well. I've spoken about that before, and that's gone up already probably 50% since I kind of spoke about it. And Digibyte has gone up with high kind of sentiment as well and high relative trading volume. So looking good. Some of them are looking good. We'll go back to the chat, and then we'll take a look at the Bitcoin chart, see what's happening. Keg, thank you very much for the donations, mate. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the content. Smash the like. Oh, that's brilliant, Keg. Thank you very much for that, mate. G-Slick, have to watch on mute as I'm at the restaurant just now, but I'm still here. LOL. Excellent. Michael Harris, love your work on sharing, top stuff. Brilliant. I'm glad to. The report I done was well received when I put it into the sharing community as well, and obviously my community as well. So it's been well received so far. So I'm really happy about the report, and I'll be looking at that more, doing more reports like that. But it takes ages to kind of get into stuff like this and do the actual report and the research. Mitch Dieter is in. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, one of our very own Jimbo is in the house. Welcome to you, mate. Good to see you here. Right. We'll look at the Bitcoin chart, then we'll look at kind of sharing, what we're kind of talking about with sharing as well. Bitcoin down, it's just dropped just now. So as we've been live on air, it's just dropped. That 8,000 level, if that kind of goes, this is the $8,000 level. If that goes, it's not going to look good. That's not going to be good for the Bitcoin price. So it looks as if it's just about to kind of drop below that. So we haven't been there yet, but if this falls, we're looking at the next level of around about 7,400 for support. So it's holding on to it, just a tip of the fingertips there. Just holding on to it just now. So just as we said yesterday, it looks as if there's downward pressure on that, and it looks as if it is going to fall further down. But if it can hold 8,000, you don't know. It could bounce. We need it to bounce hard from the 8,000 level. If it's going to do anything with a positive movement, we need it to bounce hard from here as well. Okay, I'm going to share with you kind of the report I'd written, and here it is here. I'll give you the link down below as well. And this is for sharing. So sharing is a hidden gem I'm kind of looking at just now, and I'm writing a report on it. And it was shared from Mark Innes, one of our members, premium group members, and he shared it when it was about 11 Satoshi or something, around about 11, 15 Satoshi, somewhere around that region. and I couldn't get into it at the time. But I decided to look into it and it looked really good. Still not into it at the moment, but I want to share it with you anyway in case you want to kind of look at it and do your own research. But I've written this report. I'll go through that in a separate video, but I've done the report on it. It's about 23 pages long, 25 pages without the disclaimer, 25 pages long on it. And I reckon this could do a 10x, just talking about the price, but talking about from a professional point of view, looking at it from that point of view. I think this could do extremely well, short and long term. At the moment, it's sitting around about 36, 37 Satoshi. Where are we just now with it? 37, between 37 and 39 Satoshi at the moment. So we'll wait and see what happens there with that. But that's sharing. I'm going to do a separate video on it. But if you want to check that out, you can't really check it out on CoinMarketCap just now. Go to CoinGecko and just type in SHR and you'll find the details on CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap not been updated yet, or I don't know what's happening there with that. I forgot to ask about that actually. But sharing, I think, could be a big one for the future, and it's all about kind of the sharing economy. If you want to, you know how you've got like Drivey. I was talking about Drivey a couple of months ago, and it's whereby you can rent out your car, because my son's kind of away working most of the time. So what we're going to do is rent out his car midweek until he comes home at the weekend, and that's with a company called Drivey, which has been taken over by Turo, I believe. So it's that's part of the sharing economy. So with what sharing are hoping to do is they're going to collate all of the kind of sharing kind of economy, or look at all the kind of rentals that you can do and make money on as well. So people can make money renting out the car. It's cheaper for the consumer to rent out the car as well, and the person in between, the person who's got the app or whatever, makes money as well on each kind of transaction, obviously. And this is what sharing are going to do, but they're going to collate it all together in one place. So if you want to rent out a kind of holiday home or something, then rent out some ski equipment, rent a car, kind of book an event or something like that, you can do it all on the one app using sharing. There's much more to it than that, and there's a lot more detail to it than that, but that's kind of the crux of it. And we've not got a service like this at the moment, certainly not in the blockchain. We've not even got a service like this kind of blockchain for one singular kind of part of it, if you're renting out cars, for example. So I've done the report on that, finished it, happy with it just now. It took about 3 drafts or something. So definitely check out sharing and see what they're up to just now, and see if you can get in. If you want to get in, it's not financial advice, do your own research, but this is just for you to look at it and just do your own research on it. But it looks good. And the business model they've got, with a couple of unique kind of modules that they've got as well, it could bring them in a lot of money from the get-go. And they're doing a lot of partnerships just now as well. So definitely look into sharing if you've not already. I know I've been speaking about it for the last couple of days, but if you've not done it already, I'll definitely look into it. Gakir is in the house as well. Gordy Boy Fed looking into releasing a digital currency as well as others that will squeeze Bitcoin out of the picture. Don't think that's going to happen, but I think the governments are going to have to look at something like that. Poseidon is in the house. Good morning to you. Good to see you back. Mac Pawn is in. BTC falling 7,900. Yeah, that's it. It's dropped. It's finally dropped. We'll just take a quick look at this just now. Where did we get to? 7,878, or was it? 7,880. Yeah, it's not looking good for Bitcoin at the moment. Dang. That's a hell of a work gone into that report. Looks good. Thanks very much, Gordy Boy. Yeah, it did take a long time, and just to even understand it, I don't think a lot of people realise when you kind of write reports like this, is trying to understand the kind of the tokenomics of it, the business model, the use case, the team, and trying to do all that and get it to put together. It's a lot of work that goes into it, a hell of a lot of work, and then trying to understand it. So when I first done the report and wrote it, it wasn't full there. I was 90% of the way there. Then something clicked, yesterday as well, and I kind of managed to finish it off in the report, and I'm kind of 100% there with it just now. And that's what it's like when we're kind of doing research for ourselves. It doesn't click. It doesn't click because we have to kind of fully immerse ourselves in it and then fully understand it. And sometimes we're only 90% of there, 90% of the way there. Then when it clicks, then you go, ah, right, I totally get it now. And this is what happened with kind of sharing. And it doesn't happen a lot. Keg, thank you very much. Thanks to you. I got to go early. Keep up the great content. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. Really appreciate all the donations there. Yeah. I thought it was more donations, but it's $5, right? I didn't know you could do multiple messages, but thank you very much, Keg. Really appreciate you joining me and for the donation as well. Michael Harris, wow, huge effort put into the report. It's good though. I love kind of deep diving. It just takes a lot of time. Digitex is flying high. It is. We'll look at some of the charts as well and look at Digitex. Godboy can see Bitcoin going the same way as Ethereum. When it drops, it will struggle to get back up unless the whales manipulate it. Yes, so we'll need to look at those kind of charts as well. I'm still huge I still really like the look of Ethereum as well. But it all depends on the big daddy, what's going to happen here. So I think there's going to be another period, possibly, when everybody's in kind of doom and gloom stage about Bitcoin and kind of alts. It's obviously going to affect the alts as well. There's no question of that. Nothing really much happening with the alts at the moment. Zen has gone up 12%. Encash, it's only up a Satoshi or something. Same with our ERD. ERD has gone down. So it doesn't look like the end of November is going to be good for Bitcoin or the alts. And I think a lot of people are just you're going to get more people leaving in the crypto world until they FOMO back in again. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. It's coming down even more. Yeah, it's dropping hard just now. It's a shame. It's a shame, but it'll come back. There's no question that will come back. Okay, we will look at, we've done that. We'll look at what's happening on Bitcoin, on Binance, sorry. Hot. That was still between 11 and 12 Satoshi just now. And just to let you know, just to be completely transparent, I'm out of Hawk just now because I'm getting into another investment. Another 2 investments actually. So I'm out of Hawk just now. Didn't lose anything. I got in at 11, got out at 11. When I seen the Bitcoin price coming down, I thought the alts are going to be affected. But Hawk might kind of break the trend and just kind of go up from here. I think it did one time before. Key is up 10% as well. Zen, we've seen it. Encash, Algo is up. There's only a couple of pages that are in the green just now, but it looks as if that's going to change. You'll probably get a couple of alts that are in the green very soon, depending on the Bitcoin price. Holding up at the moment. But one of the ones I was looking at, Band, is another. It's not a hidden gem, but it's just under 5 million market capitalization. Looking at that just now, I've actually bought some of them when I got out of Hot. I bought some of them, Band, and that looks good for the longer term. And it's kind of way down on its all-time high price just now as well. And it's only recently came out as well. So Band, I think, could do well, could buck the trend, possibly, on Binance. But I think we 100% of there is in order for Band as well. So I got out of kind of Hot and went into Band and sharing, because I didn't actually have sharing when I was writing the report, but I did FOMO in on it. Or I'm looking to do it. I'm just trying to put the orders through just now. And we've got KuCoin as well. What's happening on KuCoin? And Digibyte up 14% on KuCoin, which is excellent. Gslick will be happy about that. Happy man. Blockport is up 35%. GMB is up 22%. TKY up 21%. So I would imagine KuCoin is not really as affected as Binance is when Bitcoin falls, but you still get the overall effect of it coming down. Loki, still looking good. That's another one kind of looking at as well. And I was speaking to somebody about that this morning. So KuCoin is a really good exchange for hidden gems, but it's just the liquidity, as I keep saying. Okay, this is a story from CYT-Crypto. This has kind of been bandied about kind of all over the place. This is just one of the kind of headlines I picked up on. Just see. Bitcoin mining capitulation could drop the digital assets price below $5,000. So the term miner capitulation has been repeated over and over again for the past few weeks. According to Cole Garner, cryptocurrency analyst, miner capitulation happens when small miners get backed into a corner when the BTC price is low and the generation of mining hardware they use becomes obsolete. This means that miners are forced to sell their earned Bitcoin gradually and eventually all at once, crashing the price of Bitcoin. So what happens is, you'll know this anyway, but what happens is miners obviously mine for Bitcoin, and when they kind of mine for it, there comes a certain point where it's no longer kind of viable to keep on mining for Bitcoin because of electricity costs and etc. And when that becomes so low for the smaller ones, for the smaller people that are doing it out there, they just stop mining. They'll sell all the Bitcoin that they've mined, and if they sell that all at once, that kind of crashes the price. Obviously hash rate gets affected as well if there's no kind of miners in there, if there's much less miners in there. So this is what they're thinking is going to happen just now, and somebody's saying it could fall, Willy Woo is saying it could fall down to as low as $4,500. Could drop around 71%, which would put Bitcoin at around $4,500 before the halving in May 2020, around about May 2020. It's been saying that for a while now, Willy Woo. But we've also got somebody on the other side of it, Flood. He's buying $4 million worth at 8,105. You can see he's opened a position here. It says your paid group leader is short, looking for 7.4k with his last 0.1 BTC in fees. True charts are long and strong right now. So he's kind of betting $4 million. Worth at 8,105. So in the long term, a former Wall Street trader and Vice President JP Morgan Chase, Tone Vays, says Bitcoin remains in descending channel. He's looking for BTC to move as low as $5,000. Vays has constantly been bearish on the King coin throughout 2019, says looking forward to becoming a bull. He was a bull for a bit. At the moment, I'm still looking for $5,000, but not necessarily this year. With about a month and a half to go, maybe even less, I'm looking for $5,000, more like January or February, to finally say I'm no longer a bear. You can say that happened a year later, but then it should have. But the low a year ago was $3,000. If the secondary low comes in at $4,500, I'll be okay with it. I'd rather be a year late at approximately the same price, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Will it get to $4,000? $4,000, $5,000? Who knows? Who knows? But keep thinking about the long term. That's the big thing you have to keep in mind. Just keep thinking about the long term for Bitcoin, or the potential for the long term. Is it worth going into USDT just now? Probably. If a lot of people are saying this is going down to $4,000 or $5,000, guess what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to start selling because of that. So it might be worth going into kind of USDT just now, depending on how much you've got just now. Me, I'll just take it as an opportunity to get some more, or just hold throughout, kind of walk away and hold, or hold and walk away. A lot of people are going to be doing that anyway. A lot of people have done that already. A lot of people are just getting fed up just now with crypto, and I've heard that a lot with members, etc. A lot of people are just getting fed up with crypto just now, these kind of big, huge ups and downs, and it just drains you emotionally. The energy it drains you as well. It's just a bit of a nightmare sometimes. Other stories I was kind of looking at. Binance buys Indian crypto exchange WazirX. So Binance announced on Thursday that it acquired Indian cryptocurrency exchange WazirX, and Ashil Shetty is the founder and CEO of Indian crypto exchange. which was launched on March the 8th, 2018, with support for 3 crypto assets, namely Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Dash. So it has been bought over from Binance. Just looking at the headlines quickly. That was a story I was looking at. Here's how much of each altcoin is owned by whales. Ethereum 151 addresses own 39%, Bitcoin Cash, who cares? Litecoin 131 addresses own 47%, Cardano 39%, 41 addresses own 39% of it, and 132 addresses own 63% of Tether. Interesting story, but I'm just reading the headlines just now. Ethereum on track to tap bullish support region, could catalyze move to $260. I don't think that's going to happen soon. We'll just have a look at Ethereum. Just look at the USD value. Yeah, it's dropped as well, $172. But of course it's going to drop because Bitcoin price has dropped and the Ethereum price is related to kind of Bitcoin USD value. So that's dropped just now. What's the Satoshi value? Has gone up just now. So it's at 2.16 million Satoshi at the moment for Ethereum. And we'll look at that in a bigger picture. Look at it for the week. You can see it's at all-time low, or close to the all-time low. All-time closing low is 1.74 million. So I still think Ethereum is going to come up big time. Big time in the next year or so. Mark Innes is in house. Welcome to you. Just talking about you earlier on, mate. Chris Camus, ERD, FTM, and Cocos have mainnets coming up as they might jump before it even if alts go down. They could do. ERD, I was waiting on. I was in ERD as well. As I kind of said it before, ERD is my kind of bogey coin. I got in. I've probably broken even this year on ERD. Yeah, back down to 22 at the moment. That's the weekly. Look at the daily. Back down to 22, but I think all the alts are going to be affected by the Bitcoin price drop. Buy BTC on the cheap. Poseidon, yes, if you've got money. I think that's the problem. A lot of people just don't have the money. Michael Harris, yep, exactly. Hold your quality alt. Yep, definitely. Crypto Dread is in the house. Welcome to you from Florida. What's FTM and Cocos? FTM, BTC, Phantom going down as well. Yeah, a lot of the alts are just going to drop, unfortunately. FTM close to its all-time low as well. You're talking about support level 124. It's 135 at the moment. Just now, what is the market cap of FTM? 19 million. The market cap is. Cocos, BTC. 11 Satoshi is down to at the moment. Not its all-time low. Its all-time low was 9 Satoshi, but it's close to that. So it's not really done much since it came out in August. That's just because it's been so turbulent with the Bitcoin price. Chris Cash, morning, keep up and crush to like. Greets from Holland. Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hey mate, just checking in at work. Brilliant to see you, Mark. As I said, I was talking about you earlier on. Getting me into sharing, and I'm going to be sharing a video tomorrow and in the group as well. I'll obviously share the report and I'll share the link down below for the report as well that I've done. I think you'll really like it. I think it could be a really big one for the future as well. Right, I think it's going to be a short show today. I've done the headlines. I'll just take a look at where Bitcoin is at the moment. So we've not closed on the daily. We might close above the 8,000, but it's looking like it's going to go below and well below 8,000. We can take that out now, because that wedge is no longer there. So there's no real, I'm just going to go to another chart, if you bear with me a second. We'll go to, is it this one? Just looking for kind of bullish signs for Bitcoin at the moment. So I'm going to go to another layout that I use when I'm doing kind of research. Paint, oh, it's not that one. And we'll go to, that was the Electroneum we were looking at yesterday, BTC USD. So 7925, volume is down. On it we can see MACD is crossed down ages ago, over at 9,250 on the MACD. But the only kind of good thing is we're close to kind of getting to be the oversold territory. If it goes down much further, we're kind of close on the RSI for oversold territory. It's at 33.18 just now. Obviously we can see it, and it goes much lower. It could go much lower as well. It touched 30 the last time before it dove back up, so it came down to 7,400 and then jumped back right up from there. Nearly almost kind of went up 50%. So we're getting close to that level again, and we'll just have a look at historically that 30 level. I'm just going to put this on a daily. 30 level here to kind of come in a wee bit. Jumped up 7,900, again 7,900, 7,900. So it could be that it's going to jump up from the 7,400. If it goes below or down to 7,400, that seems to be the next support level, 7,000, say 7,450, close to there, for the next support level. That's on the daily as well, and we can see that quite clearly there, 7,437. So we could get a bounce up from there, or we could close above the 8,000 on the daily. We've not closed yet, that candle has not been closed, so it might just kind of bounce back up from here, you never know. Honest Crypto Journey's joined us, good to see you, Stuart. Morning all, sorry late to the party this morning, was out on an early, so if you just recap everything up till now. Yeah. Yes, Bitcoin is not doing so well, that's the recap, and it's affecting all the alts, and I was talking about sharing as well. We're speaking about that. I'm going to share that report in the free group. I've shared it with the premium members already, and I've shared it with the sharing community as well. And I got a lot of good feedback, so thank you to all the sharing community, really appreciate that. So thank you very much, and I'll be putting that report out today. There's nothing real much else to talk about. There's no real kind of news. Everybody's kind of got their eye on kind of Bitcoin price at the moment, just to see what's going to happen there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'll leave you there just now. Have a brilliant day whatever you're doing, and until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only